Welcome to The Data Pulse, a data-driven health podcast breaking down key health trends and insights in South Carolina. Brought to you by the South Carolina Department of Public Health. Visit dph.sc.gov/tracking. Better info, better health. Here's your host, Tony G.
Welcome to the Data Pulse. I am your partner in praise, Tony G. Over the past weeks, we have been talking with professionals that have led us to the website SC Tracking. Well, SC Tracking serves to provide a network of integrated health and environmental data to reduce the burden of environmental health-related conditions for South Carolinians. SC Tracking offers a portal to health and environmental data, making it easier to access, track, and study potential relationships between South Carolina's environment and health. We've had a number of professionals on talking about the various dashboards that are there. So we wrap up June with Men's Health Month. This month has been a time to focus on wellness, strength, and self-care of the men in our lives, including you listening, man, and also me as well. Good health isn't just about how you look, it's about how you live. So let's break the silence, build better habits, and support one another every step of the way. The remainder of this month, let's commit to living stronger, longer, and healthier. Cinty's going to help us out. He's the Community Engagement Director for the Low Country region of the South Carolina Department of Public Health. We'll talk men's health after this.
Are you looking for accurate data for school projects, grant applications, or business presentations? SC Tracking has that. Go to dph.sc.gov/SC Tracks. SC Tracking tracks state and county level data. It's easy to get started. Like data is everywhere dph.sc.gov. Data from SC Tracking is both accurate and reliable. Better info. It's better easy to find, easy to use, and has a guide to help you find the information you need. Visit dph.sc.gov/SC Tracks. Do you want to compare health conditions in your county to the rest of your state? SC Tracking tracks that. Maybe you're concerned about air quality where you live. SC Tracking tracks that. Or maybe you're interested in rates of different types of cancer in your county. SC Tracking tracks that too. Visit the SC Tracking website at dph.sc.gov/SC Tracks and try it out. Better info, better health. Brought to you by the South Carolina Department of Public Health.
Welcome back to today's episode of the Data Pulse. We are talking with Cinty. He is the Community Engagement Director for the Low Country region of the South Carolina Department of Public Health. Man, I want you to say your name for everybody.
I go by Hyacinthi E Mwangu.
So, man, since this is the first time you have joined us, tell everybody about you, where you're from, and how you got into this particular area.
Thank you. Good morning, everybody. So my name is Hyacinthi E Mwangu. I go by Hyacinthi E Mwangu, and I work for South Carolina Department of Public Health. I serve as Community Engagement Director for the Low Country region. Why I'm in the public health, I always love to help people and serve people, and these are the things that I always enjoy doing, just to make sure that I make a difference in my community and the people I love. So, and here I am, and thank you for having me.
Yeah, man. So where are you originally from?
So with this accent, origin, I'm from East Africa, Tanzania. So that's in the east side of the continent of Africa. So people know Kenya a lot, so it's underneath Kenya.
Right. So how did you get here?
So I came here, almost like 26 years ago, going to school, wanted to get education, and I find myself tied in.
Good morning, gentlemen.
In American culture, American society. But before I came to South Carolina, I was living in Michigan. So I was doing the same work in public health aspect field, and that was kind of key. In the county aspect, I did mental health. I was doing substance use prevention. And then I took hold in the nose. I was like, okay, is not for me. I need to go somewhere warmer, you know.
Well, it is Men's Health Month. That's some of the things we're going to talk about today. And this will be an interesting conversation, kind of talking about how things are at home versus here in the U.S. since you've been here for quite a while. What are some of the barriers for men? And we know that there are, for whatever reason. I think we just grow up as men for some reason, not wanting to get checked up, not wanting to get checked out. What are, from your end, barriers that prevent men from seeking regular medical checkups? And now we throw in mental health support as well. And what actually is mental health support as you go with that?
Yeah, thank you. Thank you very much for that wonderful question. So what the barriers, as men, most of the research and the culture, you know, the social stigma is huge, you know, it's pretty much, since we were a little kid, we have been told, you know, to idolize. It could be like Spider-Man and superheroes, really strong, you know.
Right.
If we play sports the same way, we're supposed to be strong and tough. So that pretty much, we internalize that, and it makes us not willing to ask for help as just across the spectrum of cultures, you know. Even if you took in Africa, the same way, men are supposed to be tough and strong so they can protect. We are protectors, right? Mm-hmm. And if you're a protector, you're not supposed to show that you any kind of sign of weakness.
Right.
So that kind of can hinder us, the aspect of seeking help. And then another aspect is pretty much the culture expectation, which kind of went together with it, you know, across the global, you know, any culture, any society, we tend to tell men to fit in a certain category. And that, as I said earlier, you know, being tough, you know, being able to do things by ourselves, so we don't need to seek help. It contributes to ability for us to be able to seek help when it comes to the medical issues, because we wait for so long. We say like, this is not a big deal. I'm gonna just forget about it. I'll be fine, you know. And society accepted that. Either you are married or you're single, you know. If you live in any society, we are just built that way. But it hinders us to have less life expectancy compared to women. Women talk, you know. So I hope today, you know, we're going to be talking about more about those kind of things. And then, like here in South Carolina, for example, we know we have limited access. Almost 80% of South Carolina is rural. So a lot of men live in those rural areas. Guess what? If we are already ignoring our own feelings, you know, in the way how we feel sometimes until it's too late, it's unlikely for us to go and seek help, you know. And then busy schedule, we are too busy working, you know, because we're providers. So we have to be out there trying to do everything necessary, could be helping family and their loved ones, and then ignoring ourselves. So those kind of like factors sometimes hinder us to be healthy. So what can we do? I can say like maybe this is a good conversation today we have, you know, understanding the aspect. Maybe it could be mental health, it could be physical health. And then it's kind of creating the environment where men can sit down and having conversation. It could be in the barber shop, you know, it could be at church, or if you are a football coach, you know, bring the young men together and start explaining the importance of themselves addressing. It could be the minor injury could lead later on in more bigger problems. So being able to create that environment, I think will be very helpful. And then seek professional health as early as possible, you know, having a doctor, going to your annual checkup is important. So I'll stop there.
Well, let's step back just a second, because the whole mental health conversation has been one that's, I mean, overall it's young compared to the health conversation. So for those that may not know, what exactly is mental health? What are we talking about when we're talking about mental health and getting support for the mental health part of it?
So when we talk about mental health, I know most of us we think it's just the way how our brain function, but it's pretty much the holistic of well-being, the way how we think, the way how we feel, the way how um, our body pretty much function in a daily basis. So I always say it's not only one piece, it's a multiple pieces.
Gotcha.
It's our mental health always tied in to our physical, and our physical tied in to our spiritual, the way how we believe and see things. Even it doesn't matter if you believe in Christianity, Hindu, Judaism, or you don't believe in anything, but still as a human being, we always have that hope, that hey, tomorrow I want to accomplish certain things. So being able to connect, to tie in those multiple factors and understanding how that impact our well-being is so significant, and then how we deal with it, because our brain is like the engine of the car.
Yeah.
So if our mental well-being is not healthy, a lot of things will be impacted by that.
Hyacinthi joining us. We're talking Men's Health Month. Let's do some more talking about that after this.
It seems like data is everywhere these days, but is it reliable? Data from SC Tracking is both accurate and reliable. It's easy to find, easy to use, and has a guide to help you find the information you need. Visit dph.sc.gov/SC Tracks. Do you want to compare health conditions in your county to the rest of your state? SC Tracking tracks that. Maybe you're concerned about air quality where you live. SC Tracking tracks that. Or maybe you're interested in rates of different types of cancer in your county. SC Tracking tracks that too. Visit the SC Tracking website at dph.sc.gov/SC Tracks and try it out. Better info, better health. Brought to you by the South Carolina Department of Public Health.
Welcome back to the Data Pulse. We were talking with Hyacinthi. He's the Community Engagement Director for the Low Country region of the South Carolina Department of Public Health. Let's talk lifestyle. Of course, everybody always, when you're talking about health, you talk about what you're eating, what you're doing exercise-wise, etc. So let's talk about how lifestyles such as diet, exercise, and substance use impact long-term health outcomes for men here in South Carolina.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you for that wonderful question. So, as I said earlier, mental health is a critical but often overlooked, in many aspects, especially for us men. We just don't care about it, But poor mental health can significantly impact physical health, and also not only physically can it impact your relation with your family, the way how you're gonna do your job, and eventually is one of the factors why men live less life than women. We always see when we look at the numbers for life expectancy, we find women live at least 5 years longer than men. Men we die off early. So it's very important to understand that as men, and understanding that things like what kind of things can trigger to make it to increase the risk of mental illness, for example, depression and the chronic stress, link to heart disease, high blood pressure, obesity, and even weaken the immune system, So it's not only just like mental health, it's the engine of everything, but it impacts so many things in our body, and also we know very well that men with the untreated mental health issues are more likely to develop chronic conditions. And this is I learned when I was learning about mental health, a lot of society, especially here in the US, individuals with mental health, they don't seek help for at least 10 years. It takes 10 years for somebody to actually go and say, like, hey, I have a problem. Most likely we say, like, when you're a teenager, early on when people are young, we say, hey, so-and-so is drinking, guess what? Oh, he just like to drink, Or if somebody is smoking, oh, he just like to smoke, But we don't tie in that person probably is struggling, with the mental illness, would be anxiety and depression, which are the most common mental health in our society.
Hyacinthi, man, great information. Our time has run out just that quick. So I want you listening to join us next time for more The Data Pulse. Have a great day.